Welcome in, y'all. This is literally the first time a team has ever been on time for a match ever. Both teams, all 4 members on time for their match. Crazy things happening. We are here on an HLZ server, which means thanks to Lalo, we don't get to see the scores, which is fine. You know, we do what we do. They've managed to get a quarter of the bonus gaunt. Good start for no hacen nada. For Oozma Kappa, they're trying to recover here. Definitely eating the hits so far. Plenty of damage coming out. We see Rochelle, Ellis. They've avoided popping their pills though, which is important. Important to try to survive this tank. And this is actually, we've got Yogurt. We've got Yogurt from Gore Shit Enjoyers. And we've also got Unlimited on Team No Hacen Nada. Definitely some names I recognize. As for Oozma Kappa, not any names I recognize. I'm gonna enjoy a little sour airhead before the tank comes out. Charger, Hunter, Jockey, and a Spitter. Get ready. They're gonna go for it for sure. Would love to see the spit come out. Yep. Plenty of damage. Down go 2. They bring in the tank. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't know what the plan was there. Great attempt with the rock. Boom does come out and die. More importantly, with those 2 players going down, they will be able to bleed out here for a bit. We got Juanito in the house. Welcome in, man. Finish up my sour airhead here. I think I've got time. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Hopefully this tank will be as well. In the hands of Anahi. Gets a smack into elevator, but he's already at 1k HP, folks. Hunter lands. Not going to stumble row. Oh, but the charge will land. Jockey's able to get in. Clears are damn quick. It does look like Anahi is going to go down. Great attempt to secure some kind of meaningful cap scenario by No Hacen Nada. But they can't do it. And Oozma Kappa lives. A delicious tank fight there.
Through this door.
And they still even hold on to bonus. Almost 20% of it. Let's see it. Hunter, Smoker, Charger, and a Spitter. Can they wipe away the remaining bonus? Smoke into the charge and the opposite end. Not going for the shotguns at all until they bring out this Hunter, which does end up getting skeeted. Interesting hit to finish us off. That much is for sure. Survivors should be able to walk it right in. 125 bonus still in there. 525 points in total. Not a bad start. Not a bad start. Watching the tank fight back. Really close to the jockey getting in for a multi-cap to finish the round. Really close to being able to chain off the Hunter as well to end the round. They were really patient with bringing in the SIs, and sometimes that can be a huge mistake, but in this situation it was so damn close to being perfect. You see, he didn't need all that HP because you know, once the caps come out, you've only got 1 gun shooting at you anyways. Sometimes playing chicken like this can definitely benefit you, and it would have. if ND could have just landed one double cap there. They really just needed a single double cap situation. You see Hunter Charger almost happened. Charger Jockey almost happened. Charger, Smoker, Boomer, Hunter. Oh, we got a Kamika Cup. We got the Kamika Cup spray. Interesting. Stacking it all up, finding almost nothing here. Wonderfully done by ND. Maybe more of a mistake by Oozma Kappa than anything, in all honesty.
Hey, you gotta find the stairs.
Kamika Cup. Yeah, some memories there. Charge comes in. Not going to find anything. That spit will be good. Jockey from behind. Drags him into the spit instead of dragging him away. I love it. Just cash in that extra free damage. I'm assuming they're all Peruvian here. There were some, yeah. We unlimited probably from Mexico or maybe just America. But, you know, for the most part, we actually did see a good number of Peruvian teams in Kamika Cup. But a lot of them didn't record their demos and actually got forfeit losses to the Chinese teams. So it was kind of a huge situation. But it was ultimately their own fault for not recording the demos. It was part of the rules. You gotta read the rules. A very brief hunt spit. I don't think that that was a quad sack. I'm almost certain it's going to be like a 3-1 with boom. Or maybe even a 2-2. Although that's showing my own failures as a player to not know if the Hunter died last or what there. Yeah, Hunter did not die last. It's a quad. It was neither of what I said. Absolutely neither. I'm going to try to send this in, or maybe a death charge scenario. They do have that option. Just going to send it in for damage. Not going to find a whole... Oh! Yeah, you know... Bits and boops. Charge does get shut down before it can get a swing. And for the most part, they are definitely looking healthy here in Diaz. We see Unlimited and Anahi, that's Nick and Ellis, have taken a good chunk, down to 54 and 66 HP. But Apple Pue still on 99 HP, and Yogurt on 85. Good in his own right there. Obviously, 4 sets of pills ready to go. And it's just going to be a 2-2 here with the boom. So this isn't really what they want here, even if they stumble. But ND is not going to... They're just going to send one player out and just accept it, stumble through, and then smoke pull into it. Probably could have just left Sleeping Dogs... Let Sleeping Dogs lie with that smoker. Maybe just let the stumble do its thing. But regardless, they'll be able to squeeze out a little bit more damage as the ND basically uses that front player as bait, just to absorb the damage, and because they're like, he's going to want to pop his pills anyways, so just go ahead, sponge the damage for the hit, make sure that the spit doesn't spread to multiple people, make sure that there's not stumbles happening in the spit. Hunter is going to eventually go in, connecting with the charge, coming through the side room, but Rochelle's there. I don't like this engage at all. Actually, it's going to be very brief out of skulls. He lines it up with a rock. Could this be an interesting play? Yeah. This is smart out of ND. Forcing him into a very uncomfortable position, and down he goes. Great response here from No Hacen Nada to capitalize on a pretty clear mistake there from Oozma Kappa to send in the tank like that with the SIs dying off. It looked great, right? Especially if that was an early hunt and nothing else. But once you send in 2 of your SIs and they're already dead and you're in, it is a recipe for disaster. He tries to push up with it, but you know, maybe a lesser team would back off and give that tank the pressure or the relief that he needed. But ND hits him with the pressure, accepts that one of the players may get rocked, but it's still worth it to kill off that tank. And they've got plenty of bonus here to work with. Could pressure Oozma Kappa to be down 600 points at the end of this chapter. But Hunt Spit will be good. We got the Smoke Pool in the meantime, bringing it down below 900 points. But they will be able to walk it in on the end, on the tail of this. 876 points, not a bad chapter 1 for ND at all. But as we know, the points really matter the most on chapter 3 and chapter 4. That is where a lot of those points come in, especially chapter 3, because chapter 4 you got to work hard to get that bonus locked in. We got Hambone in the house. Welcome, man. We got Juanito, of course, as well. Giving some love to Kamika Cup. And it was some good times. So it was some good times early in the year. As we try to watch back our replay here from Skulls of Oozma Kappa. This was a Hunter and a Charger going in. And I think the Rock even landed. Or he just went full in here with this. They called for the hit. And Skulls was not on the same page here. And there's just a jockey who goes in while the tank is throwing a rock, which he does land. He didn't need the help from the jockey at all, though. So overall, this felt like a pretty big blunder from Oozma Kappa. Just a kind of a foundational level as far as the execution there. But hey, can definitely recover. I'm worried that ND, no Hasanada, is not really going to be a team that allows them to recover. 35% tank. There's a good chance that they manipulate this in order to get a whole lot of points in. But chapter 2 is one of the difficult ones here to actually get those points locked in. It is worth 600 distance alone. So if you can get all the way through and get some bonus as well, it can be one of the more beneficial chapters. It's just, there's a lot going on here in chapter 2. A lot of small mistakes that lead to a lot of multi-spit situations, multi-caps, etc.
I'm a reload.
Smoker, Jockey, Charger, Boomer. Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, the first hit has not been the most terrifying. Charger does drop in as they bring it out over here, because there's no spit. So they're going to bring it out in the open like this. Works out pretty well. Good job by ND. They do, Oozma Kappa ensures that the Charger dies first, which sets them up for a solid follow-up hit at the stairwell, if they can get it in time. It's looking a bit questionable if they can.
Weapons over here.
Okay, good tempo by ND, enough to get them down the stairwell. They're going to send it in anyways. Hunter landing on the stairwell. Great job to jump up on top of the railing, but the jockey will carry in, and they will be able to pump some damage out of that. Definitely a successful stairwell hit, everything considered. Out of Oozma Kappa, ND keeps the pressure going. Brings in the tank. Doesn't look like they want to walk it back. Looks like they just want to keep it forward. Smoker on one end. Trying to get the clear. Rock comes out. They are aware. Triple boom, though. I don't know. There's definitely potential here for the tank to go aggressive. Skulls did it last chapter. Lots of... Yep. And he's going to bring in the car, too. Car's still on the other end also. A little bit wonky of a hit in the early smoke while the tank brings in the car. I don't really like that combo. He's just... they call the forward the go-go.
Over this dumpster.
This could be a little bit dangerous. As ND hop over and they tuck it into this cubby. Depends on how much pressure they can put out on Duxito. Duxito drops down 1,000 HP. Car up and... Wow. Interesting drop. Go for the other car. He could leave that other car where it is, realistically. Looks like he's going to try to trap them in there. What was that? I think he just wedged it in here. Am I crazy? I mean, just wedge it in here. Okay, dude, that's... What the fuck, man? And then he dropped. Okay. Duxito's going to get absolutely lasered down once again. 2K. Got him in a corner though. 1 cap, 2 cap. Isolation on the other end. Charger ready for the follow-up. Brock comes out. I can't believe it. This tank's going to be able to make it happen. Stupid charge. And they will be able to clear. E-Rock missing. Duxito might still flub this. He's going to try to disengage at this point. 500 HP left. Coach is shooting the structure instead of the tank. He drops back in. They get the pickup. He is going to go down. Dude, it felt like there was a time where he had that in the palm of his hands. But ultimately, it looks like everybody's going to pick back up. Everybody's going to be able to pop their pills. Don't get me wrong. It's the job has been done, sure. The job has been done well enough by Oozma Kappa. But still, it does leave a little bit to be desired compared to what it was looking like it was going to be able to find. That Charger also. Charger was a huge question mark. Pulling the trigger. A little premature, a little PE, as they call it. I don't know if I can say the word on stream, but a little premature E there. Hunter, Jockey, Charger, and a boom. Nice. Okay, that was certainly something. And then the Jockey lands down below. Dude, ND is falling apart at the seams here. I don't know. This is kind of weird to me because all ND has to do is play normal. Like, they don't need to be freaking out about the fact that they lost all this bonus. In my opinion, I mean, they're already up by quite a large amount of points. So if they just play normal and get plenty of distance here, they're fine. But this weird, like, we're just going to start freaking out thing. We need to lock it back in here. Stop separating. That was a no-spit stairwell hit. That should have been easy lock-in for them. Charge drops down. And now it is going to have the spit with the charge landing, with the hunt landing. Both of them in the spit. Trying to jump up on top of the railing. They will eventually be able to do it, but at what cost? The bonus has pretty much been entirely evaporated. Down goes Anahi as well as they incap him to pick him back up and give him that HP boost. Keep it going. As no hacen nada is going to be able to keep it going. But again, since they lost so much temp health with that stairwell hit and following it up with a double spit hit, I think at this point they're just trying to get max distance and just bring it over here and in the chapter, and that's that. Double boom with the charge. No charge. Nice lockdown.
Did the guy just tell us to take his guns and come upstairs?
Right on the head. Beautifully done. Unlimited gets incap. The jockey cam brought to you by Pepsi. Going in for more. Hunter landing. Jockey, a little bit careful there. Had a wide open opportunity.
Get up! Get up!
Alright, and surely at this point they are just going to go for distance. As we see the HPs of ND are dwindling.
Look out now!
Look at Rochelle!
Reloading.
She said, I'm destined for more. Hunter hanging out. Spits her, not getting picked. There it is.
Reloading.
Reloading!
Alright. They lock in the distance. And this is kind of a waiting game. This is kind of just a this is kind of a do what you want here for a minute or two game. While Oozma Kappa figures out how to end this round. It's highly unlikely that any more points get in. So if you were to go off and do something and then come back, say 30 seconds to a minute and a half later, I can't say I would particularly judge you for it. And there they go down. 502 points locked in. Watching this tank fight back. Whoa, what was that card? That was craziness. He does eventually drop in on the heads. Boom. He's almost dead already, but there is a beautiful double cap, as well as the isolation player on the other side. But look at this charge. Maybe you don't want to look at this. Wow. Nice charge, man. And that was kind of the undoing here. But realistically, it's the E-Rock as well. Because, I mean, literally all this tank had to do was continue to hit him and not get hit by that Fire Axe. And I think he had it locked in. But he gave a lot of free damage. Charger really just absolutely just blowing it as well. All right, Oozma Kappa got some work to do. Definitely can be done. Good start. Smoker spawns in as well. Smoker Cam brought to you by Twizzlers. Charge is good. With the smackdown, going in for a scratch. Not going to work. Jockey gets in with the commons, so he is going to be able to make it work. Nice one by Anahi. Definitely getting their money's worth on that hit. I do believe Jockey Smoker died last, so we should have a nice stairwell hit. Boom can actually... Boom is often underrated in the context of the stairwell hit, but the stumble is quite possible through this area. But the Hunter just goes in, and then the Boomer goes in. And I don't really know what's going on. Charger is not going to spawn. Oh, and then he does, and he misses. Does it feel to anyone else like they are falling apart at the seams? I mean, Indy had such a good... I mean, don't get me wrong. Average of 5% per hit. It's not bad, but it just felt like what was that? You know, like the damage is fine, but the way that they got to the damage is a bit questionable, to say the least. And the tank is in! The tank is absolutely in! With car and all, and no SIs except for a Hunt Boom. Hunt does find one. Big separation as they go to deal with the other guy. Going for a couple smacks, double boom. Got this guy trapped in the corner. I mean, Unlimited just said YOLO go-go, but Skulls gets hit up on top of here. Charger not finding it, and Unlimited is just off on his own some here, but he lands a rock, missing a smack, and surely that's it. Goes for a decommit, 1300 HP left. As Oozma Kappa chills, they manage to hold on to 50% of the bonus. Tank worth about 40%, 35%, which honestly isn't bad. But they are going to get the recommit as well with the tank rock coming out. Smoker into the Hunter, into the rock on the truck, which was probably not the place that I would rock. I would probably try to aim for the survivors with my rocks, but you know, you do what you do. He does go second pass.
That is a big ass army.
Procuring damage via questionable means is the perfect way to describe what's been happening with Indy so far. Rock comes out, no good. Tank dies off. Hit was not ready. Now there's just a Jockey Charger, so if Oozma Kappa is on top of their shit, they could just run it forward. The spawns are in to try to slow them down, but it's 10 seconds left. They need to just walk it forward and take it like a champ. They're going to slow it down. Oozma Kappa, what's the point? Now the Spitter's up. Now the Hunter's up. Yo, timing is everything. Tempo is everything. And you let the boys do this to you. The boys got you. Look, they're gonna scratch. You're gonna let them scratch you to death and then hump your head while continuing to scratch you. You're really gonna let the boys do that to you? That's crazy. Spitter's able to decommit. Whether that's actually good or not remains to be seen. It's gonna be a 2-2 now. Goes ahead and spits out. Almost getting some, it looked like. But as you can see, Indy they've succeeded at their objective, which was to cut the bonus down. Oozma Kappa has a long way to go yet before they get to see any of this bonus turned into actual points for them. Long way to go. And Indy currently nickel and diming them. That's all they really need. We've got some massive hits coming up. Whitaker's gun shop. Even this is going to be turned into a charge spit situation, which they will gladly lock in. And it does feel like a pug match at this point, as both teams are just starting to have sort of a breakdown. It feels more like ND is just capitalizing on the frantic situation here. Double boom onto Oozma Kappa, not eating the 25 DP, but still, the 1x1 strategy is being employed. Now, this does get rid of a Hunter boom, which is, I guess, fine, because it leads them to a Charger spitter, which can be great. And Oozma Kappa has already shown that they're not willing to try to beat the clock in situations like this. So what does it mean? It means that ND goes ahead and spawns in the jockey, spawns in the smoker, gives the noise cues, scares the shit out of Oozma Kappa. They slow it down, and now they've got the charge, and now they've got the spit. So ND is able to game them twice in a row. If they watch back the VOD of this, they would see this. They had time both of these moments, especially the stairwell hit. But this time as well, they did have the opportunity to try to beat the clock. They chose not to. Smoke catches skulls. Charge comes in. Multi-charge attempted. They're just going to cash in with one with the spit as well. Coach has to run through it. One player goes down. And it looks like, I mean, Oozma Kappa immediately drops down on one. And Pappy Richie says, Leda, even. And it looks like they're not even going to go for the save for less. At least not right away. They're going to go for the max distance, which, you know, with a player bleeding out, with a player on 1 HP, it obviously does not signal that Oozma Kappa is feeling very confident about being able to finish this chapter, which is exactly what ND wanted from the start. That being said, I mean, the scoreline is close enough. It's not like they're down, you know, 800 points from the first chapter. You know, I mean, look at the scoreline here. It's not bad. It's not the end of the world. 350 points. Okay. Black and white Rochelle. 24 HP with the shoddy. Batty with the shaddy. Charger. Smoker. 2-2. Trying to push it forward. Clears the tongue. Where's the charge? Ready to level a charger if necessary. Charger does manage to land. And the distance from the shotguns. Far enough. Poppy Richie goes down. They pick up the cola. I mean, they are in the spit. That's kind of questionable here. As another player goes down. They do manage to put in the cola. How much additional distance will they be able to get? Well, Skulls. Dude. Come on, Skulls. Again, this is the basics. This is the basics. Clearing creeps that were not important. Clearing CIs that were not important. While another player tries to pick up his friend, you're clearing comments on a different guy. Down they go. But, not too important. 350 point game. Still very doable. And unfortunately, we are going to be watching back the Duxito tank. Forgot to hit the clip button. But this was a good tank to watch. As we take it to Chapter 3, which is our 700 point distance chapter. Our most important chapter. Points-wise, Chapter 4 does have this chapter beat, but I'm going to say it's a lot easier to get a high point chapter here than on the finale. Looks like we're about ready to start it. For those of y'all who maybe just aren't super familiar with Left 4 Dead 2 in general, Chapter 4 is the finale of Dead Center. There is no Chapter 5. Chapter 4 ends it. And also, it's one of the more unique finales. It is a scavenge finale. Teams are going to be picking up gas canisters, filling up a car, multiple tanks that they'll have to deal with. We'll get to that when we get to it. In the meantime, big hit. Very big contrast from the first two hits of, or from the first hit of Chapter 1 and 2. Gonna have the Spit. Gonna have Charge, Hunt, Jock. Everything that they could want for the damage. Both of them getting chipped. 70 HP Jockey. Charger comes in. Not going to find it. Jockey hopping over. Oh, I thought that was going to be it on Rochelle, but they do manage to get the wallbang clear. Beautifully done. Only taking 2%. Going to be very important to take these hits well. 85% tank. It's going to be so much more meaningful if they get to the tank with pills ready to go, with enough permanent health. If they're just limping to 85%, they're probably done. Nice try. Wow, indeed. Dizzyingly fast Charger clear. They lock the whole hit up, taking almost no damage once again. And this is a great way to lock Oozma Kappa out of any hopes. Charger, Jockey, Boomer, and Hunter. No spits. Lacking a very important piece of this puzzle. Boom goes in first once again. Charger just getting stumbles once again. And these have been some dreadful hits, folks. To put this in perspective, I'm going to say the average hit percentage has been about 5% onto both of these teams, honestly. So the fact that we are now 3 hits in with barely over 5% taken, you know, it's very important that this is a very long chapter. So Oozma Kappa does have more chances. They have chance for cheese up ahead as well, which I'm sure you're all very aware of. The escalator cheese is a distinct possibility. In fact, Oozma Kappa is going to go ahead and start cycling for that now. They sack the Boom, spawning the Hunter, but ND doesn't slow down. Right? ND recognizes there's only 3 there's only 3 SIs up. Now's a good time to send it. They're ready to clear the smoke. Smoke doesn't land in the first place. Hunt Spit's tossed out, hoping for another smoke, but they allow their shotguns to deal with it. Charge now coming out, but again, whoa, good attempt, but not going to be able to find it. Just a smack or two. India shut it down. And, I mean, if you're seeing this, this is a horrible omen in your match. 86.4% with all 4 survivors up, with the escalator passed up. This bodes very, very badly for Oozma Kappa. They desperately need something to go their way here. And honestly, the button doesn't either. They're able to blitz the button. You can see Indy's tempo has just been a lot better. They've constantly been pressuring Oozma Kappa to have the resources available for each of these choke points. And Oozma Kappa, feeling the pressure, have folded multiple times. The button being one of the most recent, most important times. Smoker Hunter, Boom Spit 2-2, Smoker on the back line. This has been something strange from ND. They have split very excessively sometimes. I mean, we got Nick so damn far away with the shotgun. Tank coming in. Gonna try to catch with the Hunt Spit. Interesting. Interesting here. Nothing too major. 81.5% of the bonus. And at this point, folks, I think we need a miracle out of Poppy Ritchie. He needs to be smacking survivors to their graves down below is what he needs. Or we need a bull charge over or something desperately. Maybe during the transition here. Surely the survivors are going to be backing it up like this while they shoot the tank. Maybe something can catch them off with a spawn right here. Or a spawn right here. Or something like that. Looks like they're desperately going to need it. As Indy is in position. They split 3-1 pretty dramatically, but Rochelle crosses the bridge. And that, in fact, they all cross the bridge. The group back up with them, but now Coach is running across the other side of the bridge. They continue their 2-2 split, which can open them up into a double cap. It's very possible with the charge missing. Jockey hopping around, not finding anything yet. Quick smoke failed, and that is going to be the hit. Dead in the water. Poppy Ritchie is going to desperately try to decommit, but that is a beautiful take by ND, and it looks like that is probably going to be the end of the road. I mean, we're looking at almost 2,000 points on this chapter with not much chapter left to play, folks. And it just feels like this is the end of the road here for Oozma Kappa. 2,000 HP left on Poppy Richie. Trying to bait them in. But we got a smoker, boom, hunt. Hey, they do get a double boom. Hunter comes out. Beautiful skeet. Absolutely beautiful skeet. I mean, look, they're so keyed in right now. It's amazing. They don't get any double smacks. They just let the two back players deal with it. And indeed they do. They're feeling very confident. They knew exactly how much HP Papa Richie had left. They knew exactly how much pressure he could output. And it was just very, very, very well done. We've got questions about no fake lag being put out. And indeed, they are right. Unlimited is on 63 ping. We got Duxito, for example, on 131. So Duxito has double the ping of Unlimited. But that's on the players. That's on the players. 2-2. Charge the Jockey. Jockey hops in. No good. 1896. Quite a formidable Chapter 3 scoreline. Not a year that I can really place anything in. 1896. I'm sure it was a great year, nonetheless. Certainly a great amount of points. We can say that much. They're going to leave Rochelle to fend for herself, and indeed, she will be able to, no problem. They walk it in.
We gonna get out of here. We gonna have to
32-34. That is crazy. They basically double their score or more, right? No, that's not right. That's actually not how that math works. I'm gonna walk away from that conversation. I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. 32-34. Was it double the previous score? I don't know. I don't think it was. Is it a big score? Yeah. It absolutely is. What can Oozma Kappa do at this point is the main question. Oozma Kappa had 1,000 points total. Oozma Kappa only had 1,000 points over the past two chapters. And now they have to match 1,800, 1,900 just to feel like they're still having a chance going into the finale. Alright. They say they don't want to play the finale, is what Indy just said. But it's not going to be up to them. It's almost certainly going to be up to Oozma Kappa. Hunter, Jockey, Charger, and a Spit. Let's watch the shotgun player. Actually, we got two of them. We got a pump and we got a shotgun. Or we got a pump and a chrome. One preferring the pump. Interesting. Well, that certainly didn't do him any favors. Maybe he should have gone for the chrome, as he's not quite dead, but it certainly... I would feel dead inside if that were me. He's technically not dead, but I would certainly feel dead on the inside, which is arguably more importantly than being dead in the game or not. They lose 10% from that.
Down that escalator. Hey, watch out! Look out!
Charger, Hunter, Smoker. I don't know if I've ever really seen a bait hit bind before. It does make sense. But, you know, it's going to be another 12% onto Oozma Kappa. So the bait hit bind not really working out according to plan. They baited a hit, but you can't really call it baiting if it puts out 12% onto you. Hunter, Jockey, Charger, and a Spitter.
Reloading! Gotta reload! Reloading. Reloading.
Hunt cam. Oh, how about a spit cam? Smoke pull into the death spit.
Reloading. Reloading.
I mean, it's still kind of working.
Head down this way.
That'll keep me for a bit.
Yep, that phrase definitely popped in my head, but I was like, I'm not going to go there. I'm gonna let someone else take it there. And indeed you did. Indeed you did, Jake. Jockey dies. I think I wasn't looking, but I see the boomer got shut down as well. Is Oozma Kappa finally gonna press the issue when they have the advantage? Is the question. If they walk forward, they dodge the smoke, but they have to kill the charge so they get bull charge. They need to send one player forward. They need one player to walk forward and deal with it. They shut it down. Beautiful skeet as well. They do have a shining moment, but we got the smoker ready to spawn. Okay. Hey, they do a good job of shutting it down. Oozma Kappa. Well done. But unfortunately, this has just been one little moment for them. They need a lot more than that. To answer your question, I have played on Error 404's Skill Not Found in the NA Reboot Tournament most recently. No teams of note, I will say. No teams of note. We were notably pretty cool, though. So there's that note. We were notably friendly opponents. A Jockey Hunter Charger and a Spit. Great hit for ND. They really have the potential, even though 2/3 of the bonus is left here, with a hit like this, unless Oozma Kappa is able to defuse this really efficiently and really effectively, you know, with all these comments swarming too, there's a very high potential that this could just be the end of the road, as this hit could completely wither them down, leading into the tank. We'll just have to see. You know, the comments are going to continue to pour out. So there's really no advantage from waiting this out other than bleeding out more. But they baited the hit. They masterly baited the hit, but it's going to be charge Smith into the Jockey, into the Hunter, ready to cover. And this was the exact thing that we were all worried about. The exact thing we were all worried about. I maybe even would have let Serene handle that with 18 HP. Or Poppy Richie. But regardless. Oh wow, that's incredibly. That's incredible. Whispers that I haven't even heard. Well, I'll check if there's I'll give them a trial. I'll give them a trial. Not they'll trial me, I'll give them a trial.
We got goo. Get out of the goo. Reloading.
Okay. Smoker and a Charger. Charges in with the Smoker. Ah, dude, the Ragdoll took out the glass, which is interesting. Apupue. Apupue. Undoubtedly the coolest name in the lobby. Although Duxito and Poppy Richie are some great ones as well. Apupue is my personal choice for best name in the lobby. We'll see what he can do for the team. Boomer. Jockey's in. No stumbles, though. And no hang either. Nice clear from Oozma Kappa. They clear the boom as well. They've only done 2,000 damage, though. I would have expected to have found more damage. Oh, one smack onto Ro. One smack onto Nick. Another one onto Nick, but down goes the tank. Okay.
Look, the big guy upstairs isn't ready to take you yet. Let's get you on your
Great take by Oozma Kappa.
fellas want to carry the cute girl.
And at this point, no Hacen Nada wants to go ahead and kick them. kick Apupue for his poor performance. Big hit, big hit. They just run it forward, though. I mean, let's be realistic here, folks. At this point, Oozma Kappa still only has 1/3 of the points, bonus-wise, that ND was able to walk into the safe room with. So, you know, we got happiness here for Oozma Kappa on one end. They handle the tank. They do so quite effectively. But, of course, the other hand is that, you know, in the grand scheme of things, as they eat a little bit more, spit comes out too. And the stumble, yep, going to go down. Actually, 2 down? Is that 2 going down? Yes, it is.
Reloading.
In case anyone is wondering, I'm about to die. Look out!
Reloading.
We got a little jockey action on one end, charge on the other. Nice little chip level out of skulls. You gotta love it. I know ND loved it. Rochelle saying not today. Ready for it. Oh, you can't cut that.
Hey, I'm reloading.
Some people like to think that their golf game is so sick that they could cut a tongue with it. Not the case. And Duxito is pretty much carrying the bonus of the team on his back. 67 points of permanent health. In fact, let's check out Duxito. Will he be able to hold on to it here? Rochelle dies. He picks up the shotgun. Is he just going to run to... He's not going to run to the safe room with it. Instead, he's going to eat a boom.
Reloading.
Some of the refugees must have built the safe room.
Hit by the burning goose ship. Reloading.
Nice. Little 23 damage skeet by the one and only Duxito. Walking it in. Is the GG called or do we go chapter 4? Up by about 1,500 points. But Oozma Kappa is going to send it finale. Duxito says finale. And indeed, finale we go.
I would take a bullet for that man.
Amen.
Final chapter here in our match. Indy starting off with a pretty big lead, sure. But the points do still say it's possible. We'll see what they can do. Oozma Kappa gonna be hoping for a miracle here. Hunter, Smoker, Charger, and a Boomer. Not the scariest hit. I'm gonna be trying to maybe get some isolation with something. With a boom, kind of trying to, you know, get some action. Distraction Hunter with Stumble. Charger goes in the side room, trying to finish the job onto Row, or at least get it, you know, something with it. Not gonna get anything.
Okay, so the evac station's abandoned, and we're at the center of a zombie-filled building. On the bright side, we're all probably gonna die.
If you're looking for ideas, look no further, because I have a good one. Listen up. You see that poster? It says you can get your picture taken with Jimmy Gibbs' stock car. Now all we got to do is find it and gas it up, and I will drive it out of here.
This looks like a fine hit, but obviously Serene is immediately going to become the tank right when the elevator door opens. So the question is, like, do they actually want to send the hit? Do they want to save it? If I was them, I'd probably just send it. Looks like that's probably what they want to try to do. Hunter trying to come in, but it's not close enough of a spawn. Spitter's just going to keep them in there. Oh, they're going to run through it. Two of them run through it. Tank's not approaching though. So they actually just mind controlled in D into giving them a couple percentage points. It's always nice when mind control works. Serene takes a little bit of damage, nothing major. Gonna be tossing out rocks, but looks like they're doing an, well, I was gonna say a good job at LOSing, but not really. They're not really doing that. Hit is in with a Boomer. Charge, hopping over. Not the instant oh my god. Dude, if Boom just like swung his mouse, I feel like there was a world where he gets a triple boom there. Maybe I'm crazy. I would have loved to see him just go like my sensitivity is too low to do that, but you know what I mean. Serene, gonna have to send it in. Hunter, Smoker, Jockey. This makes sense. This is what I would want as well. Gets one smack onto Nick. A bit of a 1-3 split, but nothing major. Smoker spawns in eventually, but Rochelle's backing her way into it. Rock comes out at the same time. There's a double cap. Nick is hanging out. He eventually gets a clear. Jockey hopping away. M2 down. That was, again, very close to being quite a functional hit for Oozma Kappa. But it's just going to be the single in cap, which I don't feel like is going to be enough for them here.
I got this can. Pull yourself together.
They can definitely, hey, they got an in cap. They did what they could, but it felt like that had the potential to be a lot more than that. And just, again, getting that Smoker clear, not getting, you know, that final piece of the puzzle, it hurt. It definitely hurt. But that was part of the nature of them having to send in the tank without the full hit up yet. It was a very scrambled hit. They should be surprised it got as much as it did. 54% bonus left. But it's really about distance, about getting those gas canisters in. Making this unobtainable for Oozma Kappa is the goal. They managed to say 2-2, but they grabbed them with 3. Very beautifully done. That charge actually will get cleared somehow. But the Jockey is able to finish the job. Yo, that was just beautifully done by Oozma Kappa. They needed it. They wait for the 2-2 split, and they capitalize on it perfectly. Well done, well done. Awkward Boom, only finding 1. But they can try to play keep away here. Unfortunately, the Jockey dies. I feel like the Jockey needed to not die. Spitter, long range opportunity here. Buy some time. Onto both. No, not onto both of them. And they're going to be able to get there. Yeah. No! Smoke pull! Pistol's not getting the clear quite yet. They will eventually get it. And they got a Hunter. They got a Charger. They're going to get another spit as the tank comes in. This could be the end of the road. But the Hunter and the Charger die at the same time. And they're going to try to get at least one pickup. Yogurt is going to be picked. They're going to get both? Wow, that's incredible. And Ellis even gets to pop his pills. This is insane. This is going to hurt so bad here for Skulls. He eventually gets one smack onto Yogurt. Wow, dude, very, very, very painful moment here for this tank. I thought he had it done, no doubt, but they instead get 2 gas canisters in instead. Dude, indeed. I like it, man. Wow, they've definitely had some misplays here and there. They've definitely let mental rule them at times, but
We might need these.
escaping danger there.
Something.
I mean, they were in the clutch of death there, and they somehow wiggled their way out of it. And they're gonna go aggressive like that, eating a rock. Tank immediately sends it. He might go down. He might just go down. Hunter and a Charger, gotta deal with them. Nice little rocks by this tank. It's hard to catch everything that's going on, but Yogurt is dead. Yes, he is. Tank is dead.
Reloading.
Again, would love to be able to give you all the full suite of, like, you know, spectator, camera, speed, and stuff like that, but unfortunately Lalo does kind of paywall all of those on his servers behind a premium option, so huge shout out for that. I'm not sure how much premium is. If this is going to be a continued thing, I might pay for it. I'm not going to lie. It's not that big of a deal. Just in order to get the features. I'm going to be able to get another few gas canisters in. The spits! The spits! Ooh! They managed to get them both out. That's exactly what you got to do. Because the gas canister does not immediately explode. There is a delay with the spit. She's just running through the fire. She's just... Dude. And now he's over it, bro. And they're just gonna die. And the charge. Alright, that was certainly something. 374 points is what India will be able to find. They need 2,000. I mean, 1,200 is doable. Wait. Yeah, 1,200 bonus. 1,200 bonus with 800 distance would get them. Yeah, they don't need. They need like 1,000. They need 1,000 bonus. That's definitely doable. It's not incredibly likely, but it's super doable if they play their tank fights right.
Reloading.
There's a hunter out there. Have you lost your mind?
Does manage to land that with the stumble. Does Charge get in as well? Oh man, Charge does get the wall stun. Nice little free damage to start us off. 3%er.
Reloading.
All right, so we're screwed. Anybody got any ideas?
Listen up. You see that poster? Says you can get your picture taken with Jimmy Gibbs' stock car. Now all we got to do is find it and gas
All
it,
right.
and I will drive it out of here.
The moment of reckoning
Out of all the plans we have, which is 0, that
for our
might be
dear
enough.
Oozma Kappas.
All right, I'm betting the gas tanks will probably be empty. We're gonna have to gas it up before
Yogurt
we haul ass.
is the boom. He's going to be the tank. That's pretty much exactly what you want to be the tank here.
Remember the plan. Grab gas, fill up the
Oh, ooh, oh no. That's definitely not what you want. Look at the boom just hanging out, bro. The AI boom just vibing. Okay, they will be able to finish that off. Tank hanging out. Choosing not to engage off of that. But he probably could have. He's just going to hit a gas canister instead, apparently.
Club here.
Wow. Smoker, Boomer, Charger. We're gonna drop in on him. Charger, no good. Boom, no good. Rock with the smoke, good attempt, no good. Gonna start getting gas canisters here. Smart. Smart. Hey, he takes fall damage though. Not smart. Not smart. They need all those points of bonus. And just falling is not smart. Poor Poppy Richie. Ooh, boom. Yeah, Apupui can't believe that boom didn't get anybody, and I can't either.
I got this one.
They're coming.
I would be going on Poppy Richie if I was the SIs. He's going to have to eventually roll it in. He's kind of taking his time, though. Well, I mean, they're not doing a good job of LOSing, so they're just going to send it with the rock. Jockey lands. Charger lands. Smoke not quite. Rock. Gotta be careful. Eventually tosses it. Not landing. But it's definitely getting... They're definitely getting their money's worth with these hits. They need to LOS. But Yogurt keeps managing to avoid it and keep his frustration up. 50%. Gonna have to send it in with the boom here. They send it in really fast with the Go-Go's immediately. Rock not gonna work. Smoker does eventually come out. Hunter does as well. Boom. Finds 2. Yogurt is 15%. He's gonna have to send it in with no SIs. He goes AI. He goes AI. Yogurt. Dude, Rochelle's common lock. Charge. Oh, man. 1, 2. Down goes Richie. Poor Poppy. Smoker pull on the sidelines. And that's going to be enough. Believe it or not. That is going to be enough. They needed 1,000 bonus. They now only got 588 to work with. And we are going to be able to officially say that even if they get full bonus and distance from here, they cannot take down no Hasonada. So Indy has won. Definitely not the cleanest win we've seen, especially in this finale. But it's nothing too surprising. It's nothing too surprising. More matches to come. Let's see what time it is here. 9:07. So I will probably have to wait for the 10 p.m. match. Let's see. What do we have going on? We have a match at 9:30, actually. Gentlemen's versus Blood Madness. Then we'll have another one at 11 p.m. Loopy Family versus 9Z. To finish us off for the evening. Started back at 11 a.m. with Cat Revenge. Pepinius has officially left the server. Yogurt gets a second tank here. Awkward. You gotta hand it to them. They're doing everything they can here. Oh, man. Bailalo Rocky. Bailalo Rocky.
Okay. That one hit.
Ammo here.
Just patiently waiting, you know.
Gotta reload!
You gotta give it to Oozma Kappa. They're doing all they can here. They're managing to get. They got over half the gas canisters in. Smoker not getting cleared. Does eventually get cleared.
Got it.
Nice little charge. Double boom. Poor Poppy. Poor Poppy. GG is going to be the end of the game here. Gonna go ahead and raid y'all out. Actually, maybe not even gonna raid y'all out because we do have another match in 20 minutes. Yeah, I'll go ahead and raid y'all out. I'll see how many people I have tuned in. I'm assuming not too many because that was pretty predetermined there by the end. Yeah. Alrighty.